Hello, today we are going to go over VWAP. VWAP stands for Volume Weighted Average Price. I'm going to talk about what it is, how it's calculated. I will show you how to put it on a chart. I will talk about why we use it and how to use it. My name is Raven. My YouTube channel is Trade with Raven. I am a new momentum trader. And if you're new, come along on the journey with me. Okay. So let's get started. What exactly is volume weighted average price? It is one of the indicators that you put on your chart when you're deciding when to buy, not what to buy. Stock selection is deciding what stock to buy. This indicator will help you decide when to buy and if it's time to make a good entry. Okay, how is it calculated? Let's see here. I'm going to bring up, okay, whoops. Okay, so here we have the formula for volume weighted average price. Okay, and the thing you need to know about volume weighted average price is that it is the same on every time frame. So for example, I keep up 3 charts when I'm trading. I have the daily chart, the 5-minute chart, and the 1-minute chart. And I'm looking for points of resistance and support. I'm looking for alignment between the 1-minute and the 5-minute chart. Now, some indicators like the 9 EMA, which we went over in a previous video, that changes from chart to chart because that's based on the number of candles. 9 1-minute, if you say, for example, you're calculating the 9 EMA, 9 1-minute candles covers 9 minutes, 9 5-minute candles covers 45 minutes. However, the volume weighted average price will be the same on your daily chart, on your 5-minute chart, and on your 1-minute chart. And if you use a 10-second chart, it'll be also the same there. All right. Think of it as like the market's average price. Okay, so the reason that it is the same on every chart is that it goes by, it's like a running volume of the actual shares sold. Okay, and it's cumulative. So it starts at the market open at 9:30 a.m. Okay, and so the very first candle, when it shows your VWAP, that's the first, if you're on the 1-minute chart, that's the first minute of data. As the day goes on, it adds it all together. So the very last candle of the day is everything from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, at market close. I'm using times for my time zone. That's Eastern Standard Time, but obviously your time zone is going to be different. Okay, so this is the calculation. It multiplies the price by the volume, adds all of that together, and then divides it by the total volume. Okay, so because the volume is added into this calculation, it's considered in this calculation, it's going to be more reactive. Big moves are going to move the VWAP bigger and then smaller moves. Okay, and that's what makes it meaningful. Large funds use this as a benchmark when executing big orders. So big institutions are watching this as well. But this is good for everybody, basically, to make a long story short. Okay, so that explains the basic math behind it, okay? And I'm going to show you how to add it to your chart. So let's go to Trader View. All right, I use Trader View to analyze my trades every day. Okay, so I'm actually going to take the 20 EMA off. Right now we have the 9 EMA and VWAP. Let me change the color of VWAP so that you can see it. Let's make it orange. Okay, let's make it orange. All right, so you can see the 9 EMA is closely following the price action, because this is a 1 minute chart and it's only considering the last 9 candles. So for example, let's look at 1 point on the 9 EMA, and I'm doing this for comparison. If you want to know more about the 9 EMA, you can watch my 9 EMA explained video. But for example here, right, it's only considering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's only considering back to here. Okay, it's a lagging indicator. However, the VWAP is going all the way back. So right here, market open is here, okay? So it's going all the way back to market open. It resets here. To be honest, I don't even know why it's showing anything before the market open. If anyone understands that, let me know in the comments. Okay, so here, it starts here, and it's just that calculation I showed you earlier. It's continuously making that calculation, okay? And this is basically the average price of the market, the stock in the market. Okay, but let's take the 9 EMA off the chart, okay? And we'll even take VWAP off the chart. So I'm going to show you how to add VWAP in TraderView, and then I'll show you how to add it in Thinkorswim, which is the broker that I use. I'm a new trader, and so I'm using a commission-free broker. Can't really afford commissions just yet. All right. So on Thinkorswim, or on the 1 minute chart, we're going to go to this button, Indicators, and it brings up a list. It's that simple. Scroll down to VWAP. So usually it will be, VWAP is the acronym that is used to describe it. I usually don't see it anywhere as a volume weighted average price. Everyone just calls it VWAP. And if you say VWAP, you will sound very cool. Okay. So we'll select VWAP right here. Okay. And oops, I added it multiple times. So let's get rid of that. Let's see. Okay, let me go back and add it one time. One time. All right. And I'm going to make it orange so that you can see here, if you click on it, you can click the little settings icon and you can select a color. I'm going to make it orange so that you can see it. Okay, so that is how you add it to a chart in TraderView. However, I use TraderView after I've traded. I'm going to show you how to add it to your charts in Thinkorswim. Let's see. So here, this is the layout that I use when I'm trading. I usually have my watch lists on the left side. In the middle, I have my level 2 and time and sales and my order window. I like to have the news down here because I use scanners from Warrior Trading, and they have the news on their scanners, but sometimes the news pops up at different times in Thinkorswim and on TraderView. So I like to have the news up in both places. And here on the right-hand side, you'll see I have my daily chart, my 5-minute chart, and my 1-minute chart. So I mostly trade off the 1-minute chart. Occasionally I trade off the 5-minute chart, but I use the daily chart to decide where there might be support or resistance, like at the 200 simple moving average, which is something we will go over in a future video. Okay. So you'll see here, I have it on this chart. This chart is kind of, it's let's see. Oh, you can see it here. It's way up here. Okay, it's way up here. So this stock, let's go back because this is after hours. Okay, so this stock, if we go way back here, you'll see that it's on the chart, okay? And you can see that it's less reactive to the price than the 9 EMA. And if you want to add it to your charts in Thinkorswim, you're going to go to Studies, okay? You can add a study, and you can go up here where it says All Studies, and it will give you an alphabetized list of all the studies, or you can scroll down to the section that the study is in. So if we go to section V, can see it right there, VWAP. Whoops. This one, VWAP. Okay, so added another one. Let's see, edit study. Oh, okay, so it gives you different parameters. But anyway, in any case, I'm sure it's different when the market is open versus when the market is closed. So anyway, a lot of the indicators you can add through this button here, studies. And one thing, I know this video isn't about setting your layout in Thinkorswim, but if you do need to do that, you can customize it a lot of different ways and then save your layout, which is really nice. And you can also save your indicators. So every time I open up Thinkorswim, my indicators are on my charts the way I've set them up, which I really like. Okay, back to VWAP. So the biggest thing, let's go back to TraderView because it's a little bit easier to see on TraderView because I just have pretty much that set up. All right, down here is the MACD. Try to ignore that. The biggest thing you want to look at with VWAP is the price above VWAP or below VWAP? Okay, this is similar to the 9 EMA. We had the same discussion there. If the price is above VWAP, the bulls are in control. If the price is below VWAP, the bears are in control. Okay, so you can see here, when I took this trade, the price was well above VWAP. That's good for me, okay? And it came down, it came down, it came down, dropped below VWAP. Popped back up, dropped back down, and you can see also here that my MACD was green, okay? So many traders see VWAP as a point of support if your price is above VWAP, right? It's support. So the way to think about support and resistance is support is like the floor holding up the room, okay? And resistance is like a ceiling keeping it down. Okay, so here in this section of the chart, VWAP is acting as support for the price. Here where it drops below VWAP, now it's resistance, okay? And so this is one way that a lot of traders use VWAP. They use it sort of to determine if the bulls are in control or if the bears are in control. Okay, I'm a momentum trader, so I'm trading to the long side. So I'm always looking for, I want the price action to be above the VWAP. Okay. However, if some traders, if the price is below VWAP, they might look for it to break over VWAP to get into a trade. Okay. So if it breaks below VWAP, that might be the signal to get out of a trade. So say I was holding here. Okay, obviously I got in here and sold here, but let's just say I'd been holding. Once it hits VWAP, that could be a signal to sell. Okay, now if it comes back up to VWAP, some people are looking for what they call a break over VWAP. Okay, some people would trade that. They would say, okay, once it breaks over VWAP, I'll get back in because I know now the bulls are in control. Okay, so we have gone over what it is, how to put it on a chart. We've actually gone over how to use it, okay? And these are common mistakes that some people make, beginners especially. They look at an indicator in isolation. So if you just look at VWAP, you're going to be at a disadvantage. The one thing you want to do is you want to look at VWAP in conjunction with other indicators. The more indicators that are pointing to the same conclusion, the more confidence you can have in that decision. Okay, so for example, if we add the 9 EMA, okay, if we go down to moving average exponential, it automatically adds the 9 EMA because that's the standard. You can see that here where I took this trade, okay, the price is above the 9 EMA and above VWAP. So I have two indicators pointing in the same direction. In addition, here, the MACD is green, which we'll go over in another video, and the volume bars are going up. So actually, here I have 4 indicators pointing in the same direction. And that is what gave me, and I actually had the 20 EMA on this chart as well, but we'll go over that in another video. But I had multiple indicators pointing in the same direction, giving me confidence that I was making a good decision. So a mistake that a lot of beginner traders make is they only use one indicator. I mean, there's a sweet spot. Too many indicators, it's too confusing, it's difficult to see what's happening. Too few indicators and you're not collecting enough information to make a good decision. You really need to make sure you're collecting enough data to make good decisions. I read a self-help book that wisdom is the intersection of, I wish I could remember the name of the book, the intersection of logic and intuition. And you definitely want to tap into logic here by collecting good data, okay? And another mistake that beginners make, and this is related to only using one indicator, they treat it as automatic. Oh, it's touched VWAP, that means I need to sell. Or, like I said, it's not just only using one indicator, it's making sure that you look at the big picture, okay? You want to look at the big picture. Okay. And what is a good indicator to combine VWAP with? Definitely the 9 EMA. Those two are used in conjunction together, and that is absolutely a good idea. And we will go over some of these other indicators in future videos. So, all right. So to recap, what is it? Volume weighted average price is a calculation that takes into consideration the cumulative price and volume over the course of the trading day. Okay, we put it on our charts. It's the same on every chart because it's not dependent on the time frame. It's dependent on volume. And we use it to determine whether the price action is above VWAP or below VWAP. And that, in conjunction with other indicators, will help us make a good decision. All right, so that is it for VWAP for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and I am posting daily recaps after every trading session. On the weekends and on non-trading days, I am posting educational content, and I will be doing some live streaming as well. So see you next time.